Ayodhya is all set for the big consecration ceremony, and Himanshu Shekhar is joining us live from ground zero in Ayodhya. Himanshu sir, over to you, because it's also about building brand Ayodhya. It's really something that's become a force to reckon with, a brand that resonates with people across the country and perhaps even abroad. Over to you.
That's right. The district magistrate of Ayodhya told me in an interview that around 30,000 crore, this is the huge amount of money that has been invested to build up that one big brand Ayodhya, a developed Ayodhya, an Ayodhya which will become a global spiritual and tourism hub. And what does it mean actually on the ground? What does this change in economy means? I have with me two senior professors from IIT Roorkee, Department of Management Studies, Dr. Vinay Sharma and Professor Rajat Aggarwal. Vinay sir, first question to you. 30,000 crore of investment. Now, what kind of outcome should we expect? I mean, if you want to build up Ayodhya as a new brand of development, as a new nerve center of economic development in Uttar Pradesh, what more needs to be done?
As you said, brand. Brand actually is synonymous to elements of brand. That is name, symbol, sign. It is already a symbol of spirituality for whole of this world. Now, once this kind of investment comes for this kind of a brand development, complete brand architecture comes into play. And that brand architecture actually encompasses almost everything, wherein tourism would come in, AI, data sciences would come into play, EVs would come in, road transport would come in. Even this local structure which people are used to would change forever. People would start coming back to this place because there would be a lot of opportunities, and whole of the world would start looking at this place as the hub for next future consumption, supply chain, infrastructure development and so on, because people want to get associated with brand ultimately. So this is how brand architecture works actually. Right. Yeah.
So one question is on building up Ayodhya as a sustainable smart city. Now there are big brands which are now planning to invest money here. India's first 7-star hotel will be constructed in Ayodhya. That's what the Ayodhya MP has told me. And that will be the first hotel in the world, 7-star hotel, which will serve only vegetarian food. Amitabh Bachchan has bought land here. Lodha Group has put up posters everywhere. Now, to build up brand Ayodhya, what more needs to be done? Apart from all these investments that government has done, how can we attract the private players, private investors into Ayodhya?
It is the attraction of Lord Ram which is bringing everybody to Ayodhya. So the development of Ayodhya will always be with the Ram at the center. So all of us who believe in Ram, who have faith in Ram, who believes in Sanatan, they will come, and I think with the blessings of Lord Ram, the prosperity will also come to Ayodhya. Right. So maybe in future I can think that Ayodhya may be the new center of development for the whole of North India, particularly UP, because the area has seen a lot of backwardness in the past. Now with this new money coming into Ayodhya, a lot of industrial attraction is also happening, and moreover the defense corridor is also coming in this area. So all these activities will be there, but at the center of all this development, Lord blessings will always be there with the Ayodhya.
Right. You talked about the multiplier effect of 30,000 crore of investment on the ground. Now, what are these multipliers that we can expect now from this huge investment that has been made? Because there's an idea of Ayodhya Vision Document 2047, new airport, new railway station, new highways, a new solar city is being developed here. What are the multiplier effects of this huge investment?
You have used the absolutely right term. These are called market multipliers actually. Once they come into play, different sectors of market, they start collating with each other. So that creates value chain. And then several value chains, they create value webs. For example, transportation value chain is there, which is supporting other value chains. And then value webs, they come into play because one transportation model has to use several kinds of things. One e-marketplace or marketplace utilizes several kinds of industries and products. And so many things would come into play. Even I foresee that Ayodhya would become an education hub later on, wherein spiritually oriented, scientific or modern management education, they would collate, and this would become a global education hub later on. And I foresee that.
And how do we attract other kinds of industry? We're now talking about tourism becoming the center point here. There is religious spiritualism that is being now put forth when you talk about Brand Ayodhya. But you have been studying industry, global supply chains. How can we attract the private players, big private players, who are leaders of different segments of the industry?
Yeah, we need to understand one thing, that UP particularly is a landlocked state. So we don't have any sea boundaries in UP. So all those industries which are less dependent on exports and imports can be the source of development for Ayodhya, because UP itself is a big market. 28 million crore population is there in UP. So I think UP itself can be a very good market for the industries which are developed in Ayodhya and around Ayodhya particularly. Now multimodal transportation is also possible because of the air connectivity at Ayodhya. So I think Ayodhya should focus more on MSME cottage industries, because we can give more employment through that. Rather focusing on large industries, focus should be on MSMEs and cottage industry, which will give more employment and better prosperity to the local population.
Right. And there's one last question I want to ask my colleague from Ayodhya about Amitabh Bachchan and the land that he has bought here. Registry हो गई है, ये खबर है. तो ये कितने की जमीन खरीदी, कितने रुपए में?
सर, जो ऑथेंटिक जो पेपर बता रहा है वो लगभग 10 करोड़ रुपए में 10,000 स्क्वायर फीट की रजिस्ट्री के लिए एग्रीमेंट फर्स्ट फेज में हुआ है. अभी जैसे ही वो ज़मीन डेवलप होगी तो उसकी रजिस्ट्री हो जाएगी. लेकिन अमिताभ बच्चन ने ये रजिस्ट्री कर लिया है, एग्रीमेंट कर लिया है, रजिस्टर्ड एग्रीमेंट किया है कि लोढ़ा ग्रुप से वो ज़मीन 10,000 स्क्वायर फीट परचेज कर रहे हैं.
Okay. Thank you very much to all three of you for talking to us. So it is back to the studios now from the historic Saryu Ghat with my camera colleague Pavan Kumar.
Himanshu, thanks very much for joining us with that ground report.